In this video, I wanted to make a comprehensive list of my spiritual views, uh, ranging from Buddhism to shamanism, views on Christianity, um, you know, that about sums it up. But I have kind of a personalized perspective on them. I haven't fully studied anything other than Christianity. I was raised in a uh, evangelical household, um, and I somewhat bought into it when I was a child, but I quickly learned to decipher what the Bible was actually speaking about. Um, it has a lot of psychology entwined within it, but it's sort of a poetic message about sound and the beauty of sound for what it is. There's verses like, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." In the beginning, right? Like God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, right? There was nothing, and then a voice spoke, and there was light. And a voice spoke, and there was the sun, and the stars, and the moon, and the earth, and the animals on the earth, and us humans, right? Like it's describing sound manifestation. So I am deeply interested in the Bible, just not for evangelical purposes per se. Um, it's more for diving into the intricacies that underlie everything. There's so much ritual performed throughout the Bible that there's specific ritual points that I want to pay closer attention to. But it's a vast book, and so pinpointing those exact locations requires time and effort, and some resources that like are more obscure to come by. Also, uh, that may or may not count as a spiritual view if I'm looking to use it for more creative measures than anything else. Like I think my spiritual views range more from like the Buddhism to shamanism aspects. You know, on the Buddhism side of things, I greatly appreciate the concept of overcoming desire, and you know, um, giving up a lot of uh, you know, uh, how do I put this? without saying giving up a lot of pleasures. It's not about giving up the pleasure. It's about giving up the desire, like for that object or person or feeling. It's to reach inner stillness, and not need anything but yourself, because all is one, right? And so when you look at it that way, then it's sort of as though once you no longer desire, then that which you desire comes to you. But you no longer desire it, so you actually appreciate it more. If that makes any sense to the rest of you. It's according to the concept that you don't receive something before you give something first, right? So you give up your desires, and your desires begin to manifest for you, so to speak. And that lines up with my own personal views on things like lucid dreaming and visualization, where there's this idea I developed, and I turned it into a method for especially lucid dreaming, is don't even try. Don't not practice, but don't even try. There's a difference. Like during the day, still do your meditation, still do your visualization exercises, and still keep up your daily routine. And then at the end of the day, those of you who might be intrigued with things like lucid dreaming might go to sleep trying to cause the lucid dream. Like, I'm going to go to sleep and lucid dream tonight. I'm going to go to sleep and lucid dream tonight. And then you never lucid dream, or like, I'm going to set my alarm for 2:30 in the morning, and then set the alarm for 4:30 in the morning, and then set the alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning. People try all these crazy things to induce lucid dreaming. Some people even purposely dehydrate themselves before they go to bed and leave a cup of water in the kitchen or something, so that their body will try to wake them up, and for part of that event where you're waking up, then you're kind of waking into your lucid dream at the same time. But all of these things are unnecessary. So long as you're doing your daily practices, just go to sleep. Don't even think about it. Don't even try. Don't have it anywhere on your mind. Just let it go. It will more naturally come to you that way. And so, bringing this back to desire and letting go of desire, and that manifesting that which you desire. how does that connect with not even trying? Well, that's part of giving up desire. It's that which you try for, right? And so, like my lucid dreaming example makes perfect sense to me. And, uh, that's the lucid dreaming and the visualization is why I'm intrigued with shamanism. Uh, it has to do with embodying like different aspects of nature, like uh, communication with the natural earth, having a heightened sensitivity to the spirit world, so to speak, and training yourself to do so through healing. How do you become more connected with nature through healing? Well, actually, that's quite simple, like, say you are in the bush and you rub your leg against a leaf and that leaf turns out to be poison oak or poison ivy and you get a bad rash, but you're miles away from anything that can help you and you're not going to get anywhere in time. So what do? Well, hopefully you would be able to find some sort of solution to that. Like even something as simple as putting mud on it might help more than scratching at it, right? And so, like it's sort of like a amateur, so to speak, being an amateur physician, but there's much higher skill involved than just saying amateur physician. There's a psychology involved in it, and that's where you start becoming connected with the nature that surrounds you. You start to learn what does heal, and you start to focus only on healing. You don't focus on what does damage, you focus on what heals damage, right? And the average shaman that I have heard about actually endures quite a lot throughout their lifetime, right? Which lines back up with Buddhism, where one of their key statements is life is suffering. That actually helped me out learning about that when I was younger. I was distraught about all the suffering in the world, and I thought, why is it not out there more? That this is happening like this, right? And then I was just like at a low point, and then I just read that, and seeing that it came from Buddhism and what I had already heard about Buddhism and overcoming desire and everything like that, and then I heard like life is suffering, Buddha. Like, okay, well, like if you don't wish to desire and life is suffering, then what is to not desire non-suffering. And then it just clicked. It's acceptance that life is suffering that eliminates much of the suffering. And so, like, ever since that point, kind of, I've been on more of a healing path. That was sort of my healing journey, was coming to that point in my life, like that was um, uh, the trial that I had to overcome to to realize like what I could really do, so to speak. Um, Realize like a lot of things, but since then I've realized so much more. I believe very strongly in being able to heal, and uh, the power that healing brings. So that's where I'm about to wrap it up. Uh, you know, I think that going into much further detail is just, you know, giving it a paint job, right? It's that's the engine, that's the transmission, that's all the inner workings of the vehicle itself, and uh, so that like is, my, like, in terms of me, that's like my heart, my soul, my spirit, my mind, my body. That's what I live.